Alright, what up? It's your boy Creative Beatdown. So today we're going to have a little breakdown of you on, of course, a popular favorite character, Gogeta. Z Gogeta. So a lot of fans love the fusions, right? But specifically this one, I think this one is specifically a fan favorite. I still think Z Gogeta is more popular than Blue Gogeta. Like Blue is cool too, but Z, is just the classic. But let's actually break this. I'm going to break this down, I think, better than what anyone else could in PvP. So we're going to go over the way the character works, like kind of basically the purpose of their attacks, like what's going on, their tool set, like bad kits, everything, the super soul. We're going to go over all of that. So first thing, Gogeta's archetype, his playstyle, his archetype is heavily based on what a rush down character should be. And the rush down archetype, like there's been many fighting games in the making, and a lot of them fall into different archetypes. I understand Xenoverse is not a 2D fighter; it is a 3D fighter and stuff, and one that you could fly at that. But what a rush down is basically it's a character that's really effective at close range combat. So they're going to be really offensive, and they're going to be big on combos. Z Gogeta, he is big on combos. Even his skill set shows he's all big on combos and close range combat. You could pretty much damn near combo every one of his super attacks, of course, except maximum charge. You could pretty much combo into all of these, and I may use these as combo extensions. So going into that, he doesn't have much. So I said he's good at close range, right? But at long range, this is where he lacks because he doesn't have many, little to no offensive option at long range besides the universal. That he can't do much at long range besides this and that. To try to close in, and then this. But this is not. That's not really. That's not much pressure along, like I'm saying, so he can't effectively, that definitely cannot start a combo at long. It is impossible for him to be trying to do a combo at long range. It's kind of just impossible. So anyway, this is a character that's going to benefit the most around here. Of course, you want them to be in this range where they're going in. So I think it's best if I go into the skills first. But first, let me show you his Super Soul. I want to try to keep this on track. So we're going to go into the Super Soul. And it's a simple one at that. Let me get rid of his key. Okay, so the Super Soul is I will defeat you. So all this does basically, at the beginning of the battle, it gives you auto key generation, and different Super Souls do this. A lot of them have different key regeneration rates. They don't really tell you when, but this is pretty good for getting your key up like early game. So your key can be building up, especially while you're doing combos as well. And so that could also help you within combat so that you can access your skills sooner and without trying to preserve everything. All right, so also it's an attack from first. And this Super Soul really goes good with Gogeta because he's all like close range combat. Honestly, a Super Soul like that gives you key generation at the beginning of the match might not fit every build or whatnot, but his character archetype is heavily based upon close range combat. I think that works best, honestly, in my personal opinion, just specifically for this, because you're already building key with combos. And so you have that going on, but then you could also gain the advantage with your skills immediately. That also get continue, like it could basically be combo starters. Anyway, I don't want to lose track. Let's actually get into the skills now. So let's get into this. First one, Key Blast Cannon. So let me show you the damage. Okay, damage for what it is really this move is more of a tool. Think of this move is more of a tool than just damage. Because that's why a lot of moves don't get used or preferred, because people like to look at them as, oh, it doesn't do much damage. And really, they're more of tools. So they serve a purpose other than for just kind of like, see, look, like easy combo extender. It's a combo extender. It's combo extension. Not only that, it makes a great follow up. So this move makes a great follow up. Let me take the thing off. So, like one thing, hold up. One thing I like to do, like especially if I'm trying to use up my key, because you don't want your key to just sit there. But this is how you can easily take off some health. Uh, they're moving back. Do that. And so, and then if they're blocking, that immediately, like that takes away one bar of stamina immediately. Like, and there's other things you could do once you get the timing right. So of course you can always, because you're plus on block. With that, you're plus on block. So that means you could go into your action even before they can. So you could try grabbing them. They might continue to block or they might move. Honestly, grabbing them after this might be your best choice. Hey, that works too. Ooh, hold up, that works. Hold up, that is. Okay, so. Okay, let me see this. But when you hit them, it's different. Of course, when you hit them, it's different. That's different. I don't want to stay on that move too long. I could do a personal video about it as well, but just understand that this move is meant for combo extension. And not only that, it serves as another tool just for pressure because it has range to it. And if they're blocking, or if you're just trying to catch, if you catch them when they're in animation, whether they're moving or attacking, it will stagger them. So it will stagger them the same way it will stagger them while they're in a knockback state. But anyway, going on from there, let's go into the second skill, Super Mad Dance. So this move has multiple variations. The neutral one, that means with no input, it just does that. It's also one of the quickest, but you cannot combo it into anything. This is pretty cool if you want to like try to sneak it in there. So like they might be trying to wait to vanish, but then you could, and then that forces them to have to use evasive or anything else. But that kind of guarantees your damage unless and forces them to use an evasive. The other one is moving forward, not moving up, moving forward. That don't mean move the analog up. That means move the analog forward towards your opponent. So with this one, like I say, it's a combo extender. It's a combo starter as well. So that means you could combine it with other attacks if you want to, and then now you can extend that combo. Which wrong way. Yeah, but see how I did that? Simple. So the back one, so the one where you move backwards, that also moves down. With this one, you see, like they have different purposes. From what I see, like, and this also is quick too. Honestly, I would try to set that up until ultimate, me personally, but that's not a guaranteed thing. So, and then you also have the one we move from the side. So from the side, that one's pretty good. Your timing has to be right if you're going to try to extend that. You see, your timing has to be right. God damn. And then your movement has to be right too. You have to be moving directly towards him. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Uh, with that, I would say one thing you could do is you could do this. You can always try to use that as a great way to parry. But if you want to try to, oh, I messed up. If you want to try to guarantee it, try to move backwards. So basically, if you sidestep them, anything that they do at that point, you know, realistically, it's just going to be unblockable, and it's almost going to be a guaranteed attack, almost, depending on whatever attack you perfect block. You could also just be blocking, right, and then you find a gap. And try to throw that out, because that could work as well. You could even just not that one. Not that one. But yeah, you can try to, there's a ways you can mix it up. The move is quick enough for you to try to get off some quick damage. Third skill, Punisher Drive. So going into Punisher Drive, here's a move that a lot of people like. They just don't know how to properly use. Well, you're going to learn that today. I'm just going to make it simple for you. It's the same thing with, well, no, it's different. It's different. It's different from Super Mad Dance. Super Mad Dance. So the difference with that, I can show you input as well. I'm gonna show you both. So they won't show the input, like they won't. That's weird. But anyway, so I guess it don't make no difference. But this has variations, right? But if you move forward, not up, forward, it does that. Because your camera angle matters and stuff with that. As long as you're moving forward towards the opponent, you should know what you're doing. Punisher Drive. With this move, camera angle does not matter. And I think it's better that way, because then it'd be too confusing to use this move the way that you would maneuver. So up is always going to be forward. Left and right is always going to be left and right. Back is always going to want to be back. So if you want to move forward, like say like this with no input. Slower startup time. You move forward though. See how it activates quicker? If you move backwards, you see that? And then if you move left, just move left. No matter how your screen looks, move left. Gogeta will move left. Move right. Gogeta will move right. So this is how you control it. You see how I can control it no matter how the camera angle is. It's as simple as that. And now anyone who knows that Punisher Drive would definitely be used a lot more. It could be a great combo starter. Honestly, it's a great combo starter. It's also could be a great follow-up attack. So if you're trying to do anything, also I must mention first, this move is negative on block. So that means if this move gets blocked the whole way through, you could be punished. You could be punished for it. So I would be cautious with that. So that's why you want to try to move around your opponent, or try to pressure them, or catch them while they're moving. Anything like that. The whole point, you want to try to catch your opponent while they're moving, not while they're standing still so they can block it. Because if they block it, you're vulnerable. I'm gonna leave it like that. So this is a great follow-up attack. So you could be doing this. You could just try to test it out. Be like a heavy. And the reason I say a heavies are great for follow-ups. Heavy attacks is just great for follow-ups, period. because you're able to just if you hit them, then you stun them long enough to where it's a true combo, and I can prove that now. So look at Punisher Drive. There's 7 hits. Oh, never mind. That gap is still a little gap. I would be cautious then. Yeah, I had to be cautious, but you definitely have enough time to activate it, whether it hits or not. So you can still use it like that. But the other follow-up I'm talking about, say like with your heavy attack, your dash attack. This is this is his best attack that covers the most range. So he could follow up with that easy. So he could, if it misses, he could just do that. So he could, it's just kind of scary because if he don't get that kick off, he could always do that. And who says he has to go forward? He could literally just go to the side. Ugh, that's insane. It's all about trying, it's all about trying to mix up your opponent. Like I'm saying, it's all offensive pressure at close range. So Punisher Drive definitely is going to be one of your bread and butter moves. Above anything else, Punisher Drive is going to be one of your bread and butter moves. If there's one thing you've noticed by now with his skills, is that they all deal with combos. They all deal with combos. All right. So going from that, let's go into maximum charge. We know what maximum charge is basically already. I'm not gonna stay too long on it. So, you charge up. It charges up even faster with his super soul. Hold up. If you do that with his super soul, that charge is crazy. Let me see. If you knock someone back and get all that up just real quick, just do like one quick knockback, that's actually pretty good. That's pretty, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty insane. So that's good to know. But going on from there, let's first go into his evasive and then let's go into his ultimates. So now we have explosive wave. I know players they don't really favor 3-bar evasives, but for Gogeta, it definitely has its purpose. So look at this. It doesn't do much damage because it's meant to be a tool, of course. So anyone within vicinity would be staggered. They'll be hard staggered. And that's great because that allows you to continue your combos. I recommend, I know a lot of people they be like, oh, players just vanish out of this and stuff. The best way to use this, honestly, you gotta catch them at some point during their combo. Like if they do a knockback attack, that means like if they do anything that so I would say this is gonna require you having some real experience with fighting different characters and stuff. If you know they're about to do a knockback or they're about to do like any type of animation, I would recommend you throw that out. You throw it out when they do an animation. If you even doing a vanish attack, anything like that, I would recommend that. And that's how you could catch someone. And this is great to use even as a counter. So like say if they use their evasive and their evasives happen to be like spirit whatever or something, you could throw that out. You could end up throwing yours out and then counter theirs. Or you could counter their limit burst. You could literally counter the limit burst and continue your combo. As easy as that. That's why he has a bunch of stamina, because he's a rush down. He's meant to try to dominate close range as much as possible. Unlike a character like Trunks, who kind of he has great long range game and stuff. Pretty much, he's gonna be fighting at long range. He's good at close range as well. He's kind of an all-arounder, but he definitely has long-range combat offense. So anyway, going on from that, let's go into Super Command Man. Actually, no, let's go to Soul Punisher. I like to keep it in order. Soul Punisher. 5 key bars. That's what it costs. That's the damage. Simple as that. Wait, what the hell? Oh. So that's pretty cool. It's a one-hit attack. This move is dangerous. This move actually takes away 5 stamina bars. This move takes away 5 stamina bars if you block it. Oh, it takes away more than that if you get hit with the other parts too. Oh, hold it. Oh my god. That's insane. I want to try to land. I really want to try to, man, I'm telling you, I really want to try to land that. I want to try to land a Soul Punisher guard break. That guard break would be ridiculous. Oh man, like imagine like God, like what nigga, what, how many is that? One, two, three, four, five, six, like almost like 8 stamina bars. I don't know anything else that takes that much. Yeah, but it's insane, and of course, we all know that Soul Punisher has another input. So you do it backwards and stuff. It actually does more damage when you do it backwards. It's kind of like you're charging it. Just a little bit more damage and stuff. And that's hard to hit. You have to literally combo into it. It has a secret hitbox. So I've already done a video on that. I'm just going to show you a combo. So you see how I comboed into it? That's a true combo. Definitely great to do when you break their stamina as well. If you're just trying to finish them off, you want to just try to go for a simple attack like that. And it kind of gives them that ultimatum, like, I need to limit burst now, or I'm finna take a dummy amount of damage. You know what I'm saying? And then it's a one-hit move. The man actually, it doesn't take that long. So even if they do limit burst, you can still try to get some damage off before the stamina completely comes back. Going into Super Kamehameha. Look at this move. You know what this move is. It's a great ult. Well, it's a good ult. I'm glad that they increased the size of it in the upgrade. Pretty good beam attack. Does almost a bar. Honestly, I would not be going for this unless I broke their stamina, or like it's a way to just try to get off big damage. If you break the stamina, that's just a way to get off big damage. Like, say, actually, I'm gonna save that. Because now we're finna go into the combos. So Gogeta has his own like basic combo. Everyone has their own basic combos and tool set. So here's the cool thing with Gogeta and his tool set. Like I said, it's all close range combat. That is heavily based around that. Look at his neutral. Like, people play character startups. Their startup attacks, like, so the initial attack they do when you push the input, whether it be light or heavy, a lot of that, all that matters. So look at that. He has a fast neutral. His neutral is fast. It's kind of I would say it has great charge. By charge, that means like the distance it goes while attacking. So it's easier to catch players than what it can be for other stuff. So like, look, yeah, that's great. The only thing is, he doesn't have a cancel. So there's no cancel within it. So that's another downside of this Gogeta, is that he doesn't have a cancel. A lot of players, they can't play without built-in cancels, or they highly prefer it. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna play Gogeta, you gotta kind of know you gotta know what you're doing. You gotta know what you're doing, and you should be trying to go for pressure, but you can't just pressure because he can't cancel in his combo. So that means you can't just and then try to get out of it easy. Now this ain't that. This Gogeta can't do that. But anyway, let's go into this full square combo. I'm gonna put the inputs on now. I'm gonna also keep the damage showing too. Cause look, cause I'm saying he's big on damage. A normal combo, half a bar health. Half a bar health for that. Now let's look at his heavies. See that? Half a bar health. Just for that, for a heavy, half a bar health. And honestly, I think with this, like so with his light neutral startup, you're not gonna be wanting to do this much. Like hold it. You're not gonna be wanting to do that much. Just with that part because you know, unless you're just trying to finish it a certain way. Because it's easier to manage a vanish. So if they vanish, and then of course he has a power key blast. You want to try to end it with a power key blast so that you get that damage off. That's a good amount of damage right there too. So actually completing it 7,000. That's 8,000. The only thing, the difference with that, with the square combo, is that you could properly charge this because I have to charge this while I'm attacking. And I might not want to do that because what if they vanish or anything and my fingers is pressed on the button? So if I do this instead, I'm only charging at this point and I can't back hit anyway. I have to press X and vanish. It's just a bit easier to manage. Going into his light heavy, so you see that, and it's also his charge for like a guard break or a hard stun. So you could try to mix that up. You want to try to mix people up with stuff like that. So that's how you can mix up into different things. So like yeah, honestly, I'll be trying to mix this up. It's to kind of make them drop their guard. If they don't drop their guard, then you hit with that. And even if they do drop their guard, they're moving now. So that Punisher drive is coming. That means because you're moving now. And that hits from the back. Yo. Okay, it only hits with it. Okay, makes sense. But yeah, but just that mix up alone. Cause like literally it's chasing them. Yeah, that's crazy. That's honestly crazy. Like this mix up right here. And then I can do this. Hold up. Oh hell, that's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, goddamn, I lost track. Okay, but now aside from the guard break mix up, so you see that that's actually pretty good damage, just like for that. All right, just quick damage. That's kind of what that's feeling like. Oh, because not everyone could do that either, but he could vanish. You could vanish with him, and it's long enough for me to do that. The knockback is long enough for me to get that in. It's long enough for me to do that too. So I guarantee get that damage in, but it just costs a bar of stamina. Like, and people think, that's why a lot of people don't get as technical as they can because they try to play the game too straightforward when there's so many options that can really throw your opponent off. And then I can throw that out. Hold up. God damn. Oh, whoops. But anyway, yeah, that's crazy. But then that would be the same for this too. Hold up. That would be the same for this too. Now I'm screwing up. Oh, I'm screwing up. Hold up. And not really. I'm looking at it now, not really. But I could always try to finish the combo with that. Yeah. See? I could always try to finish the combo with that. And then it can extend my combo. So it's gonna cost a bar stamina to deal more damage. Because if you're already doing that much damage, why would you want them to get away? You want to force them to vanish. That makes more sense than anything. Bam. And now, and then when you break their stamina and do okay. Anyway, I don't want to get too caught off into something else. Anyway, you can also go into this light heavy mix up. And you see that? Honestly, with that, it's like, I mean, it's great for damage. But even for them, I would say not a good. And because it's like the other combos pretty much do what good does. The other combos pretty much do what that does. Let me see something. Yeah, see, now that could work, because that's gonna like guarantee land in some way, shape, or form. Because it's like, what's the point? Like, I'm talking about this combo string. It does the same damage, right? But I understand with this, because this combo string, right? I'm able to cancel. I can cancel out this combo string. Any part of that combo string, I could cancel. Like, once it starts, I could cancel. Cancel. Except that part. So I'm just trying to get what's the point of this, besides the fact that, yeah, it's like, okay, I could cancel out of it so I could catch my opponent, because if they try to get out, then I could do a side step behind them. Let me see one more thing. Oh man. I could do that, but that's too risky. Because then you're already hitting them with that, and then they could vanish off that first hit. That's too risky. All right, let me see if I can do this. Nah, see, that's not gonna work. The only thing that works is this, and that's when I cancel and I do that. And if they try to move out the way, they have to already be blocking. Okay, so my bad, y'all. One more thing. Yeah, he can't block in time. And I think yeah, he can't block in time. Okay. Nigga, that's guaranteed. That's guaranteed. Okay, that's at a weird angle. But if that lands, nigga, that's guaranteed. Hold up. Okay. So I'm gonna have to work more on that later on my own. I'm gonna have to work more on that later. Um, let's go into the signature. Whoops. Let's go into the signature. So this is the 5 lights and into the heavies, and that is his most damaging attack. As you see, it does 7,563 damage. I am level 160. I'm at current max level right now. Let's do this again. And I charged it. Damn, that's a whole health bar. That's a whole health bar. Think about that. What that means, do you know what that means? I'm gonna tell you what that means, but that's why I say he's a rush down. If you could catch someone with that, right? Here's what that means. Let me show you this. But I gotta put it on vanishing. Let's get all his stamina away. You see? And it's gonna try to vanish that. That's what I'm saying. Because it's not a super attack. Oh my god, it's not a that's the whole point. When you're in danger mode, he could literally, because it costs him nothing to combo you. He could combo you and he could just go for a back hit. Or he can vanish and continue that pressure while you're at low stamina and you kind of have no choice but to take it. Pause. Oh, that's insane. Let me see. With his fire, I can't tell you the purpose. Like literally, like this is gonna be something. That's gonna get annoying. Really, like the purpose of this move right here, like this combo string, you can set this up as well. So it's a great setup for some techniques. With the stamina low, you can try to set that up. Honestly, you might have a better chance if you do it from behind as well. But they might back roll. So if they back roll, then yeah, then you're screwed. So if you do it from the front, then yeah. But with Soul Punisher, that's the great combo for that. God. But there's 2 ways you can go into it. You can complete the whole thing, right? And then you see you got the extra 3,000 damage from the other hit. That's 23,000 damage right there. Or you could do this and try to cut it short. What? Come on. There we go. But then you're losing a lot of damage though. But at the same time, it's still a lot of damage on its own. But you're losing like 3,000 damage from it. But you're also cutting it short just in case they might have time to vanish or anything, whatever they might be trying to do. I don't even think they can vanish. Like once that part hits from the Soul Punisher, I think they only got to use an evasive at that point. To be honest with you, this part right here, you say you could continue that literally because it counts as a they're in a juggle state, which is insane. Let me see. Alright, that ain't gonna work. But if you really just want to add on damage, oh, that's it, like I'm saying, because this is when their stamina is low. Typically, you're gonna be landing stuff like that, more risky stuff like that, when their stamina is low. Let's see this. God damn. More than likely, you won't be landing that. Most matches, you won't be because it's either it's going to get to that point they're already going to be dead, or like, but whatever it is. But I'm saying the thing is, he could always deal nasty damage. He could always deal nasty damage. When your stamina gets low, it's done. That's kind of the biggest thing, because it's like you vanish or you take that damage from the basic attack, and then he could go off of that because his back hit is a nasty tool.
Nice.
It's insane. His back hit is insane,
Nice.
but it's made to be like that. He's made to be made for close range combat. That's pretty much all I have for Gogeta today. I just wanted to kind of give you guys the rundown of how he works. That's honestly a really fun character. I think he's in Xenoverse best representation of what a rushdown is. I really do appreciate the fighting aspects in this game. I try to focus more on that than the RPG aspect. I love customizing stuff, but when it comes to competition, we know that customizing things and everything can make things really unfair or too hectic. But anyway, it's your boy Creative B Down. I do hope y'all enjoyed this video, and please stay creative.